Hello, all. It is Friday, December 28th, 2018. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Pearl Podcast, episode 166. After Christmas Stories. You can find the show notes for this podcast on knitandpearl-doris.blogspot.com. In social media, I am One Fine Cow on Ravelry and Twitter. I am the number on One Fine Design on Facebook and Etsy. And I am Doris M. Smith, all lowercase and smooshed together on Instagram. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Pearl Podcast group. There are links in the down bar below to the show notes, to the Ravelry group, and also to my Etsy store down below. In the show notes are links to my social medias so that you can go click and follow me there. And I'll follow you back. You can see the fun stuff that happens between podcasts. I do a Ravelry group birthday shout out every podcast, and we have several birthdays today, or this time between December 16th and December 31st. First is Blue Yarn Always, who is Sheila. Her birthday was on the 21st. Pusscat 52, who is Barb. Her birthday was on the 22nd of December. Heather M12, who is Heather. Her birthday was on Christmas Eve, December 24th. Crochet Lily, who is Rebecca. Her birthday was also on the 24th. And last but not least, we have Sandy Hyde, 1965, who is Sandy. Her birthday is today. So happy birthday, ladies. I hope that you did have or will have a wonderful birthday, that you got good gifts, that your birthday didn't get slighted because it was so close to Christmas, and that you had your version of a birthday cake. Happy birthday. So that just brings us to, what is happening here? Story of the week and stash enhancement. There is no stash enhancement. I did not get any yarn or fibery gifts for Christmas. Over the last 2 weeks, I have been knitting pretty monogamously, for the most part, on the mermaid tail to get it ready so that it would be ready for Christmas. And I succeeded, which you'll see in the photos. We had a really good Christmas. Christmas Eve, Ted and I spent wrapping the gifts and unwrapping our gifts. We always give our gifts to each other on Christmas Eve. And I was spoiled once again. I got some lovely cologne, a year's supply of Bed Bath & Body Works. No, Bath & Body Works. And I got the new Apple Watch, which is kind of cool because it has you can take an EKG with it, which if you know me, I have this AFib situation. So if I'm having symptoms, I can do an EKG. It becomes a PDF file and I can send it to my doctor. So that's the good thing and a reason to have this if you have a heart condition. So yeah, I was spoiled. On the 22nd of December, we welcomed a new member to the family, a new great nephew who is Anson, 8 pounds, 2 ounces, 21 inches long. And mom and baby are great. And let me see if I can pull up a picture. Here he is. Here he is, the preciousness. So pretty. So, I just want to just kiss those cheeks. I haven't got to see them yet. They live in Kansas. We spent Christmas at one of Ted's son's house with all the kids and all the family. It was great. Everybody had fun. Looking forward to the new year. At the first episode of the new year, I will be reviewing my UFOs. I have bags of stuff. I don't even know what is in it. So that's going to be the podcast of the first in January, and I'll be deciding whether to frog or finish. I think that's a good way to start the new year. Moving on. Let me have a drink of water. To Health Pearl. I have a Health Pearl. Again this time. Wow. It's actually a really good one for this time of year because a lot of people suffer from low, depression and feelings of bad moods because the excitement of the holidays are gone. So I found this from Everyday Health. 10 ways to boost your emotional health through improving your self-esteem. So there are 10 tips. One, I'm not going to read them all. Grow your circle of friends to expand your support system. Learn more to lessen your fear of the unknown. Knowledge is power, he says. Get moving and improve your mood and lessen your anxiety. Develop a passion by investing into a new hobby. So find a new hobby if you're bored with just find a new hobby. Eat and drink healthily and in moderation. Meditate and practice yoga to relieve stress. Manage your time by setting weekly goals. Get enough sleep to maintain energy and increase productivity. That's my downfall. Number 10, learn to say no and refrain from overtaxing yourself. If you're interested and want to read more, you can go in the show notes and click on the Health Pearl link and read it for yourself. That brings us to foes. I finished The Mermaid Tale, which is a paid pattern that I purchased from Etsy from Marta Selter. The yarn I used was Everyday Basic in the color Purple Passion Variegated and Red Heart Super Saver in the pink ombre. The needles I used were US 9s, ChowGoose 24-inch circular, and I don't have it. So I will insert pictures at this point, inserting pictures so that you all can see them. There are also pictures in the show notes if you want to get another look. Finished object. Successfully completed before Christmas. Yay! I also did some playing with beads this week and made some things that are new listings in my Etsy store. Try to get you where you can see it. I made a set of 6 eye on my stitch markers with a poop emoji progress keeper just because. I completed a set of 6 bright pink stitch markers with a beautiful pink flower progress keeper. I also completed some emoji, but these are cat emojis. This one is Joy. I'm calling Joy because the cats are happy, laughing out loud, blowing kisses. But if you can tell, you can see they're kitty cats. So cute. And this one is Trial cat emojis. So I did those. And I completed the Bankhead hat, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Susie Gorley. The yarn I use is Cascade Yarns, and it's Lana de Ora Prince color 9825. The needles I used were Knitter's Pride Dreams US 7s, which is a 4.5 millimeter, and I used 40-inch circular, and I knitted magic loop. And it's beautiful. I love the way it fits. Let me show you the way the decreases work. Everyone likes to see the crown. If you've never seen the Bankhead hat, it's a beautiful pattern. I love it. Okay, that is my finished objects. So we're going to works in progress. I have only 2 others that I have been actively working on. The Tecumseh, which is a paid pattern on Ravelry by Caitlin Hunter. The yarn is Hobium Yarns Carpatu Cozy Wool Sport in gray, yellow, and smoky gray. Needles I'm using my Addi Turbos US 4 and US 6 40-inch circular. And here's where I am. I've got 3 more rows of this chart B, then 2 rows of plain knitting, and then I will split for the sleeves. I was hoping to get this more going, but when Christmas kept getting closer and closer, it took a back seat for a few days until the mermaid tail was completed. But I can't wait to split for the sleeves so I can see how it fits or how it's going to fit. I'm doing an extra large size, which is, wow, extra large. But there's a lot of positive ease to that sweater. So I think it will be fine. Also, the virus shawl, I didn't even look at it. Finally, this is going to be a story time, because if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I did a Christmas Eve cast on of a opal yarn doing a sockhead hat. The yarn was scratchy, but I was going to just plow ahead and do it anyway. Ted and I went out for supper and had a few drinks, and I came back to try to knit. Friends, don't let friends drink and knit. I got up Christmas morning. There were holes. There was drop stitches. So I could have probably fixed it and made it work, but I frogged it. And I thought, why am I not using some beautiful yarn that I have? So Christmas, I pulled out my On the Round signature sock in the colorway Crimes of Passion, and I balled it up and I cast on another sockhead hat. Let me show you the colors. It's gray, 2 shades of gray with speckles of red and white. It is so pretty. I've had this in my stash probably for a good year, maybe more. And I'm like, ugh, I'm just going to use it. What am I saving it for? So here is my Christmas cast on of the Sockhead hat, which is a free pattern on Ravelry by Kelly McClure. The yarn is on the round, her signature sock base in the Crime of Passion colorway. Needles are the Knit Picks Dreams US 2.5, which is a 3mm. And it's gorgeous. This is going to be my Sockhead hat. Yes, it is. I've only made one other Sockhead hat, and I made it in a Harry Potter colorway for one of the boys. In my Neil Pottery bowl. Links in the show notes to his shop, where you can look at his beautiful stuff. I did a little bit of spinning on the Sansa from last week. Slow, but holiday season, we've all been busy. So the Pinterest this week. Let me pull it up here. Pinterest. Go back. Boards. I'm sorry. Oh, it's actually a quote that I find refreshing and something that I'm going to be reflecting on in the new year. I'm trying to get it up here where you can see it without distractions. Okay. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. And it's by Nelson Mandela. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to reflect on as the new year comes. That's also linked in the show notes if you want to get it and put it up somewhere. Finally, in the down bar below and in the show notes at the bottom of the screen is a link to my Etsy store. Please go over, have a look around. If you see something that you just can't live without, I'll happily sell it to you and get it out to you as soon as I possibly can. I'll see you next year for the next episode of the Knit and Purl podcast.